screencast, I'm going to be talking and showing you about how to create and share a document or folder in your Google Drive, as well as what the sharing and permissions look like. So again, we're starting here in my Drive section. I have some folders here. And I just want to draw your attention to these icons. Okay, so here there is no icon, but here there are. These icons tell me that there are shared materials, or this is a shared folder. Okay, so this is a shared folder with some coworkers I have, these three, and this one is not. This one is my own private course information. So I just wanted to point out that if you see the icon, be aware of that it is being shared with someone at some point. All right, so let's go and make a new folder. So I'm going to go to New, and I'm going to make a new folder. And I'm going to call this new folder my Google Fun Time folder, just for the sake of an example. Okay. And it is being added at the top tier because it's at the top level. These are all my top level ones. And again, I can look here and see them here. I see them here. So there's two different ways you can see them. Great, so now I'm going to open up this folder. And I don't have anything in here. So now I'm going to create a new document. Okay, great. And the first thing that you should always do, which I believe I've mentioned in other screencasts, is rename it right away. So I'm just going to call this my test document. Okay. Great. So now I have my document and I am having so much fun in Google Drive. Great. Okay, so say this is something that you've made and I need to share this with a coworker. Okay, so up here in the upper right hand corner is a share button, and as soon as I just hover over it, it tells me what the permissions are on this. So I'm going to click on it. Now I have a couple of options here. I can specifically add certain email addresses here, so only those individuals can see it. But it might be that I want to share with a large group of people or the entire staff, so that might not be the way to go. So I can do it this way. I can add a little note like, here is this document, please look at it. I can do that. Over here I have the options. Am I going to make this document that only people can read because there's no need for them to be editing it, for something to comment on, for feedback, or for them to outright edit? Obviously with coworkers, edit is usually what you need to do because you're collaborating on a document. But if it's just for information, leave it as view so nobody can change the document if you don't want them to. So going back to the fact that I have the whole staff, I am not going to be putting everyone's email in. I'm going to click up here. It says get a shareable link. Here's a link that you can use. You can copy the link, but I want to direct your attention to the options that you have. Now, obviously in my school district, these are mine. You will have yours that say your school district, but I can say anyone can view, comment, or edit, right? So it's important to be aware which one it is on. I believe the default is view, so if you need to change that, do that. So let's click on more so you can see some other options. So if it was off, that would be us just typing in the email. Here, anybody with the link. Sometimes this is valuable where, you know, you want to share it. So if they have the link, great. If they don't have the link, then it's not necessarily cluttering other people's drives. Anybody can find and access. Anyone on the web, okay, can access and then outright public on the web. Obviously, for school-related purposes, you want to stay in here for For example, however, if I made something in here I wanted to share it with people outside my district, like you, I could use these functions up here. So just remember, you've got view, comment, as edit as your big three, okay, in order to share. So I'm just going to say for now, anybody with this link. So now I'm going to close this out, and I can click here back to my folder. Okay, back to my drive, and here is my folder. Now my folder is still private, but the document in it is available for other people to see. So maybe I want an entire folder, which many people do when you're working with staff related things and you're sharing documents, is I simply highlight the folder and I'm going to click on Share Google Fun Time or my folder, and I'm going to go through the same process. Am I going to just enter certain people? Am I going to do a shareable link? And you decide what is the best way to go. And that's basically how you will deal with share permissions on any document, presentation, Google Drawing, any of the core features, as well as your folders.